Hey guys, thank you for chiming back into my show, Parasitic Paranormal. Yet another very interesting show. I hope you guys stick around and check this one out. It's going to be very cool. I have my old high school buddy who decided to come into my studio, and we basically just kind of sat around and we just talked about, we tried going over some of the old really cool just ghost stories and experiences that we both had when we were very young. But anyways, we were really close friends. Super cool guy. I used to go over his house all the time. He used to come over my house all the time, steal food from each other, and just sit around, talk smack, and listen to a bunch of records, and jam out together. We were in a bunch of bands together. He was a very awesome bass player, and he still is a bass player, and I'm still a guitarist. But anyways, that's just a little hobby we have. Well, now we can say it's a hobby. It used to be pretty serious back then. But anyways, he's my best friend. We have a lot of interesting stories to tell, and not only stories, but you just got to check it out. It's a super cool conversation we had. His girlfriend also she also came, and she was really, really interesting. She had some really interesting stories to share as well. You guys really got to check it out. She had some psychic experiences as well as some visitation experiences. I shared a few of my stories. George, my buddy, shared a couple of his stories. So just want you guys to stick around, check it out. It's going to be really cool. All right. What is up, everyone? This is Mario coming back here on the airwaves with you guys, and I'm just here in the studio. And today I have my buddy, my old friend that I haven't seen in a couple years. He kind of fell off the grid for a few years, and he reappeared.
Throw me under the bus, huh?
So we're just hanging out. He's here with his long time main squeeze, Beth, and we're just here hanging out.
Pun intended.
Hey.
So we're just gonna share some stories and just hang out, and that's it. We're basically today's show is gonna be a little bit about just some past stories about stuff that's happened to us, some our own paranormal experiences we've had, and just a little bit of a little bullshitting. We're just sitting here drinking some beers, a little bit of moonshine. So, and there's a big fly here that's killing me. Dude, that thing is so huge. That thing's big, man. All right, here we go.
Be it.
All right, so I'm taking off the headphones. All right, so we're recording, dude.
So we're going straight bear, huh?
Yeah, dude. Straight bear. Well, shoot, we got a girl in the room, man. So I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
No homo.
Yeah.
So.
No homo. Yeah.
Yeah, I would throw that out there.
What's up with that no homo thing? That sounds familiar. I know I've heard that somewhere.
That's old school.
Yeah,
No,
right?
yeah.
Where'd that come from, dude? That sounds familiar.
It's some old shit there. That I'll show you later.
Was it on a movie or something? I don't
No
know
homo.
I don't know where I got it from.
Yeah, it came from shit, I forgot.
I just don't remember hearing the voice.
Yeah.
So Beth, you were telling us about your mom. We don't have to get into what happened or anything like that. But Beth's mom passed away about 2 years ago now, roughly.
2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago.
Yeah. So I was having just a really hard time, like awful, sweet, but having a hard time, and quit my career, went into something different, and was working a shift I wasn't supposed to be at.
Right.
And had a customer come in that wasn't supposed to be there normally, and she told me she should never shop there or anything like that.
Well, you were doing nursing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you left the nursing after everything happened because it was kind of hard on you.
I had an uncle pass to cancer.
A lot of sickness.
A cousin passed. My grandfather, my mom, and then all of my grandparents, but one. And I had been taking care of all of them pretty much.
Right.
And had given medical advice to all of them. So
what?
Yeah.
You were taking care of all of them?
Well, at different times. Like, my uncle came to me before he had his surgery for his cancer and asked for my opinion. I gave it to him. And then he passed. And then my cousin passed.
Oh, you mean like they would call you up and...
Well, my grandfather was actually staying with me.
Right.
And I admitted him into the hospital.
Oh, wow.
And then he passed. So, and then my mom was undiagnosed heart condition after I'd been telling her to go to the doctor. So it was a lot. So it was...
Okay.
It became a situation where every patient was someone I knew.
Right.
Right. So I could see where you got tired of it.
Every patient I had was someone I knew, somebody I loved, someone I cared about. So
yeah,
I left nursing and went into retail of all things because I just wanted to work. I just wanted to be around people, and was quickly promoted within the company I worked for, and I was in a shift with someone, and was in a shift I wasn't normally at. I had a customer come in that didn't normally shop that particular store, and she came up to check her clothes out, and we were chatting and got to talking about my grandfather, and the fact that him and my grandma wrote love letters to each other for years before they were ever together. Like, they've been together since my grandma was 12 and he was 14.
Right.
And so she and I kind of talking about that, and so she started telling me about, like, my aura and different colors she saw around me and things like that. And there were things like that, like the color, like pink.
Did she tell you she was psychic, or did you?
Not at not at first. At first she just was like, oh, that's a touching story, and she saw how emotional I got, and then she told me, she said, I don't tell many people this because people aren't open to it, but I'm one of those people that reads people, can see things. Right. She actually worked for a one of the cemeteries, Lawrenceville somewhere.
What? She worked for a cemetery and she was psychic? She
worked for, not a cemetery, I guess, like a
funeral home?
Funeral home, yeah. Mm. Yeah, and so she
must have been noisy for her then.
Yeah. She said she wasn't she wasn't a medium, but she reads people. She can get things from people.
She can get vibes.
Yeah. Right. And so she started talking about the colors that surrounded me, and my colors were pink. Big thing with my mom was pink. Like, pink.
Right.
My mom would literally, buy me pink toilet paper. I don't know where she found it, but she bought me pink toilet paper because I loved pink,
Right.
As I sit in this pink shirt. And then, so we got to talking about that, and she started telling me about that, and I was just, I told her how touched I was, and I got so emotional about it, and she started telling me about yellow butterflies, and she said, you need to look for the yellow butterflies. And other than now, because we're in a closed room, but every time I've told anybody that story, I will see yellow butterflies fly across my car. Like, I was driving down 85 telling somebody, and then here come 2 yellow butterflies.
Right.
Like, yellow butterflies is a big thing, but I also have a butterfly tattoo. I have butterfly wind chime for my mom. Like, the butterflies is a big thing with me and my mom.
Right.
And so, it gave me a sense of, comfort, I guess, closure. Like, there was even a difference in me at home.
And that's weird because most of the butterflies that I see that I see here in Georgia most of them are black, or they're kind of like the blackish
orange.
Purple,
orange.
You don't really see too many
These
yellow
are
butterflies.
Bright yellow butterflies that I see with her.
So that's weird.
So after that, I started dreaming about her more. That's when I started dreaming about her. Like, I would fuss about him in my dreams to her. And
She'd
like,
be on my side, right?
no, apparently not, because she's messing with you too.
So your dreams with her, were they like she would come and give you a message, or?
Well, just she would, you know, I had a dream where she came and I was really upset, and I could see my brother standing in a distance, and I could see my stepdad standing in a distance, and I was sitting in a car, and she came over and walked over to the car, and she just told me that we were going to be okay. We were going to be okay. That all of us would be all right. We would eventually be okay.
That's awesome.
You know, and things like that. And, you know, people believe, people think, whatever, but my mom was always a big believer, and she always told me that she would come to me.
That's awesome.
But I didn't get it till after I talked to that lady.
Those dreams too. I've had those dreams where my grandmother passed away. I think it's probably about 10 years ago now, and I've had a few dreams with her where you can tell that she's actually. It almost seems like it almost seems like they step into your dream.
Yeah.
It's not like they're part of the dream.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like out of timing with the dream. But
I've never had anybody explain it that way, but that's true. Like there's times that I dream about her, and it's almost like it's memories, and
right.
there's times that I dream with her. I guess is the best way to explain it.
Right.
Where
she just shows up.
Yeah, she's with me. She's talking to me, or she's a lot of times she just smiles and laughs at me, and then she likes to tease him.
Right.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, it was important to me, and it helped me, and you know, it got to be where she was coming so often
right.
that it was making me sad again.
Oh, crap.
And I told him how upset I was getting, and I told my grandma how upset I was getting, and it kind of backed off. So they're there, they listen, they hear.
And now she's haunting me because to give you a break.
Well, you know.
So what's up with that, George? She what do you mean she's haunting you, dude? What is she? Would you had a dream with her too, or?
Yeah, I just had one strange dream.
Really?
Mom had a sense of humor.
Yeah.
What did she do? She scared you, or?
To be honest with you, it was I don't remember.
Really?
It was well, I remember.
You do?
Yeah.
It's good that you remember. Because,
see, I always count on a woman to remember it.
We always tell everything.
I remember some maybe for the first couple of minutes. After that, that's it.
I don't know. He just told me that he remembers walking into a room and there was a wall that was painted pink, and it was something that I had made for my mom.
Painting.
Oh,
half painted or something.
And it was half painted, and she was standing there smiling at him, and he asked her, who painted this, and she looked at him and smiled and said it was me, and he was like, I knew. Yeah, he's like, I knew that it wasn't you that painted. I knew it was her, and she was teasing me. She was messing with me. And that was Mom. That was her sense of humor.
So it's almost like she brought him into like a little memory that you guys had together.
She was telling him to be sweet.
Which I had.
She was making sure that he's in line.
Yeah.
But be careful, man. She'll come at night. Not tonight. He's gonna be like sleeping.
Sleeping with his eyes open.
One eye open. Yeah.
No, but she just was always one of those people, and so she believed. So I knew that eventually I would get those, but they came on so full force that it was just a.
So have you had any other crazy stuff happen, like anything move around the house, or like any type of
right after she passed,
or has it been more just dreams?
Yeah, you remember me telling you about it? You don't, because you don't remember anything. Right after she passed, like for that first month, right after she passed, I would wake up at 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I would wake up terrified, like scared to death, and I knew if I opened my eyes, I was scared that I was going to see her.
Oh.
And I would pray my Hail Mary, because I was so scared that I was going to see her.
So you felt her presence? Oh wow!
But it scared me because it was right after she passed.
Heck yeah!
How about your story? The story with the old lady. Remember?
Oh, you mean in the old house?
Yeah, the one about your brother.
Now there's one where we were playing. We got real heavy into the Ouija board. Mm-hmm. That my brother and his ex-wife, they were playing Ouija board all the time, and then I woke up. I was waking up for 2 or 3 weeks. I was waking up every single night around 3 o'clock in the morning. Is that the one?
No, you were.
And then there was
another one about that. She actually told you about your brother.
Oh, hold on. You're talking about, dude, what I was just talking about.
Way back, yeah. history about your brother and all that.
Yeah, the crazy psychic, man. That I don't know if she was psychic or she was friggin' into witchcraft or
something. Yeah.
But yeah, she was an old Cuban lady, man, over there in Miami. Mm-hmm. And I was doing some grocery shopping, and just out of the blue, somebody that I've never in my life seen. I mean, I didn't recognize her at all. I mean, she's definitely somebody I've never seen in my life. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden, she just started talking to me without me even asking her any questions. She said, she's like, "You're going through some rough times right now, huh?" And I was like, "Who the hell is this?" And she's like, and then she's like, "Well, the wife that you're with now, 'cause it was right after I got my first wife, right after I got married. She's like, she started telling me, you don't understand her too much. You guys don't understand each other too much, but if you can find a way of listening to her and understanding her, you'll have more of a straight path without too many. It won't be as complicated." And that wasn't gonna happen because me and her were like completely different, like two totally different people. George knows, mm-hmm. But anyways, I was like, all right, whatever. And then it was right after I had gotten into a fight too, which was a weird thing. I had gotten into an argument at home that day, and then she brought up my brother who passed away when I was about 10, and she said, "I also know you got a brother that passed away when you were little." And she said, I think that's affected you, and affected you very much. And she also brought up that I saw some of it. Nobody knows any of this. Nobody, unless it's like a real close family member. And she said, you were too close to when he passed. You were too close to him when he passed.
What happened?
Huh? Oh, he died in a boat accident, right? Oh.
Yeah, my big brother.
They were twins. He had two.
I had I had two twin big brothers, and then the one died when I was in the Keys. He passed away. It was kind of an accident. Well, it was an accident. One of those race boats. Mm-hmm. He just to make a long story short, he fell back. He slipped and he fell into the motor.
Okay.
So into propeller. So yeah, it was pretty nasty, pretty traumatizing.
Yeah.
But I have no clue how this lady knew about that. That was freaky. That was real freaky. I mean that was.
Yeah, those people come in and they cross your paths.
Yeah.
I want to see a medium. I want to go see a true medium.
I was thinking about that.
I do. The lady that read me gave me her number and her email, and she works with a medium. So
no way! The one that you were just talking about.
Mm-hmm. I just haven't done it yet. It's not quite there, but I do. I want to go see a medium.
Well, see, if it's somebody that's recommended by somebody that you know has got the talent for that, or has got the intuition, and that's worth it. But man, I keep smelling. I swear to God, it's so weird. Is it the candle?
Weed.
Yeah.
It smells like weed.
It's like white girl pumpkin.
Did you guys spark up before you came?
Nah.
I keep smelling it, dude. Is it the pumpkin? Freaking pumpkin that smells like weed.
Smell that.
They put weed in it.
Hell yeah, that's what it is.
It's
a freaking Heineken.
The Heineken.
That's what they're putting in
dude,
these days.
The Heineken smells like damn weed, dude.
No wonder it's so good.
Right?
Damn, I need to start
it's
drinking
better
Heineken.
than I tasted before.
Have you never had Heineken?
Yeah, we used to buy.
I used to drink it all the time.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, every time we hung out, we used to. I used to buy the Heineken, and we used to split.
Yeah, that's it, dude. We used to drink Heineken when we used to jam out. Back in the day, when we used to jam out in the old band, in the studios. Well, we used to drink, dude. We used to drink all kinds of crap, man. Remember those big freaking malt liquors?
The malt liquors, yeah. Red Bull.
Oh yeah,
Blue Bull, Schlitz.
Mickey's. Oh yeah, Mickey's.
Is fine Irish malt liquor.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Someone farted.
I didn't fart, dude. That wasn't me. Hell no, dude. I'm not going to take the claim for that.
Yeah.
I got one that's holding at a stop sign, but
he probably doesn't remember he did.
Holding at a stop sign. He cannot.
Confined space here, man.
It was Beth.
No, the hell it was not.
Babe.
You were asking me for Tums earlier.
That for him. For him.
Oh, that was for George.
Yeah.
Yeah, blame it on George.
No, he's like, babe, ask him if he's got Tums. Ask him if he's got Tums. Asshole.
All right. I'm not going to put you on the spot.
What?
Y'all are both assholes.
It was you, George? Beth is never going to come again, dude.
It's not me. You're an ass.
So we got George farting here and killing us. This is like how big is this studio? It's about, let's see, it's about 15, 20 feet long.
Smaller than our bathroom.
8 feet wide.
Smaller than the bathroom, yeah.
And we got George blowing these nasty Heineken farts here.
Like practically under the stairs, so.
It is. It's in the little secret.
Oh shit! Do I hear something?
Uh-oh. Ghosts coming.
Hold on a second.
Join the club.
We'll be right back, guys. All right,
Did you
guys.
erase it?
What's up?
Oh, I thought you erased some of that.
No, I didn't erase anything, man. Oh, I was trying to record. I was trying to. God bless it. God dang it. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. He's a little gassy.
You're lucky you farted before you came here.
Ah, Cochino, damn.
He's a little gassy. So we're back, guys. We were hearing some strange noises.
I'm not. I am perfectly fine.
I heard you before you got here.
Well, I was just speaking about strange noises.
Remember? Didn't you hear that before she came in here? Didn't you hear it?
Like a gassy noise?
Yeah.
You're so stupid.
Did it sound like a cat getting ran over or something like that?
You're supposed to be doing these things.
Was it like a
It smelled like that.
like a SBD?
Yeah.
Silent but deadly.
Oh, y'all are awful.
So
Sweet Southern me.
so George wants to talk about some of that freaking fly again.
Yeah, let's talk about flies.
So George wants to. Hey,
you know,
dude,
there's all types of flies. You know, there's
you remember? All right, you remember, dude? You told me some really freaking freaky, super duper freaky story. When I used to go over your house all the time, we used to sit there and well, back in the day, dude. Hey, you told me something happened where I think it was your grandfather or something like that showed up inside the room or something. You saw like in the apartment, or not the apartment, the townhouse. Somebody showed up inside the damn room and scared the crap out of you, dude. You don't remember that?
Not really.
Was it your grandfather, grandmother?
Putting him on the spot.
Yeah. No, not really. It's just that
You were sleeping, dude, and they woke you up. Well, hold on, dude. But in your when we used to go to your townhouse, you told me like a few crazy things happened in your bedroom, dude. Where
oh yeah, you were even telling me that, babe. Like when you and Michelle had your
something
first
really
place.
You're talking about the sleep paralysis thing, right?
well, it was sleep paralysis, but then it was something else.
I don't know, but I remember you telling me about because you said Michelle didn't.
But it had
like
nothing to do with anything about my like.
Wasn't it a relative or something like that, or
anything like that? No.
I remember though. You told me you thought it was.
I mean, right now I can't think about anything like that. I mean, I've had some.
You told me Michelle wouldn't even sleep in the bedroom.
Oh, that's another story there.
Yeah,
That's something else. But yeah.
So what happened? What happened, dude? Share. Share. I'm recording.
Nothing really. That wasn't really something that special. It was something that Michelle was going through. You know, like.
Oh,
the ex.
Yeah, the
you
ex.
just played it up and made it worse.
No, no.
Well,
Funny.
I'm pretty sure she's not
jokes.
going to be listening.
But no, she had strange things happening in the room.
Like show up to her?
No, nothing like that. Like the fax, the what
printer?
is it? The printer fax.
Will turn on?
All of a sudden turned on one night. You know?
I was just updating, dude.
Yeah, that's true. But for some reason, she thought it was some kind of supernatural phenomenon. You know?
My printer does that too.
You see. And then, but the good side to that was that she gave me the room.
Right.
So, you know.
Oh, she gave you the room? Oh, because the printer was turning on like that?
Yeah, she was scared she wouldn't sleep in that room, so I had it all to myself. We were separated, you know, but living together. So, yeah, at least I got.
Well, that's a plus, dude. So you got
master bedroom to myself.
You kicked her out of the room because of the printer.
Yeah. See?
What's to do with the Ouija board?
Killed it.
You get it?
Yeah.
Nice. Now you got flies splattered all over your
What's the deal with me and the Ouija board at home? Oh, shoot. Well, if my listeners remember, I did actually say the story in one of my first podcasts. Dang, guys.
Not guys.
No.
She's nasty.
I meant guys like the listeners. I don't mean guys like you guys. But sorry about that.
That's George.
Yeah, that's my buddy. He's a little gassy. It's all good though.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's what you. Yeah.
Well, I've never heard the
we all burp.
Story, though.
Yeah.
I'm only messing with you, man. We all burp. I mean, what the hell? Who cares?
Yeah, because it's not like you're gonna get the religious crowd anyway.
They're listening for the bell.
The what?
They're listening for the bell shows.
So the whole thing with the Ouija board, dude. In my old house, we used to play Ouija board all the time. And did I tell you what happened, dude? One night I woke up like in the middle of the night, and I woke up in the middle of the night. This what kind of got me all into the paranormal stuff, like a lot of these different experiences I had when I was growing up. But in that house, like a lot of stuff happened. But that was just one of the things. But we were playing Ouija board all the time, and then after like I think like a month or two, I woke up in the middle of the night, and this is around the time where I decided I wasn't going to play anymore, and I was going to try to get away from it. My mom was getting pissed off too, because a lot of crazy things were happening with the Ouija board. It started telling us that it was my brother who passed away. It started saying it was my brother. My other brother, his twin brother, started getting pissed off because it kept saying that it was him and trying to imitate him on the Ouija board. And I guess that's where you have to kind of pay attention to what's going on the Ouija board, because most of the time I don't like to mess around too much with Ouija boards.
No, you're opening up.
I think it's fun, but half the time the stuff that comes out on the stuff that comes that basically comes up on Ouija boards.
You don't know what's gonna really.
Yeah, you're opening a door.
Come out of that.
But anyways, that one night there was like I was waking up for like I think 2 or 3 weeks. I was waking up at like at 3 a.m, and there was this it looked like an old man that went through the wall. It went through the wall and it went through the window. It looked like an old man just kind of flying through.
How old were you?
I was like 12.
Yeah, y'all were playing.
Yeah, and it made the fan move a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is y'all were playing. Y'all were playing with stuff.
That was some scary stuff.
Yeah. See, I don't do the Ouija boards. I don't do all that.
Oh.
I believe it's there. I believe things that happen. I believe things come through, but I don't play with it.
Oh.
We
never played with it.
Yeah, I had a similar story to that, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what's up, man?
John? Remember old John?
Oh,
Jessica?
John? Oh, yeah.
We made one, actually. He
looked like Dave Mustaine?
No.
Want to be Dave
John?
Mustaine?
No, not that John.
Not Little John?
No,
okay.
John. This guy was Big John.
Oh, really?
Big John.
Oh, yeah. Do tell. Big John.
No homo. No, but yeah, this guy, we were playing with the Ouija board, and me and Jessica and some other friends were playing, and her big brother John stepped in.
Oh, the drummer.
The drummer, yeah.
Okay, I remember.
He stepped in, and he started joking around, and asking stupid questions, and then the Ouija board, for some reason, it spelled out something like his grandfather's name or something, and he's like, "Who is this?" And then it started telling him things. Like I wasn't really like paying attention when they were like playing with it to the details, but somehow he got upset. The Ouija board said like it spelled something out that got him really upset, and then after that he just kept asking who's this, and it kept saying after that it just kept saying like Satan, like somebody was fooling with him, whatever it was, and then he got so upset that he like literally made us burn it. Like he told us burn that shit, like he was so upset.
So it started out with
him. He just wanted us to burn it, and he wanted to see it burn. So we
damn
good excuse to build a bonfire.
That's some scary shit right there.
He was really upset.
So basically, it started out with him joking,
Yeah.
And then whatever it was started
telling him some personal stuff. I don't know.
Started joking around with him and messing with him.
Yeah. It got personal.
Yeah, like you just don't. You just don't play with stuff. Like
I
that.
thought it was maybe some evil, man, demonic or something. Who knows? Some evil.
You really don't know what you're talking to when you're
when
on
you
the.
learn some of that, yeah.
Yeah.
But, anyways, are we out of stories?
I don't have any stories. I don't even
You're
play
the
with
host,
the Ouija
so
boards.
you have to.
I don't do anything with the Ouija
I'm hot.
boards.
I'm burning up in here.
It's a tiny room.
I got the AC on too.
He's like, oh.
Going to hell.
So, I was gonna tell you a quick story. You remember you were telling me that cemeteries are okay.
There you go.
So you were telling me that cemeteries were a place of rest, and you're absolutely right.
So you won't really encounter spirits there.
Well, that's what they say. But
That's what they say.
I encountered that one experience I shared with you guys at Lawrenceville, and I was in the children's part of the cemetery where I encountered my EMF meter was going off, and then I caught on my PSP7 that voice that said the children are sleeping. So I caught that, and that actually after that happened, we pretty much left the cemetery.
Well, you have to think about this though. Like,
what made you leave? I mean, did you respect his wishes?
Yeah, I was like, let's get the hell out of here. Something's telling us stop disturbing the children. The children are sleeping.
Yeah,
so,
but you have to think about this. You have loved ones that have passed. Do you think you're going to go to the cemetery and talk to any of them?
No.
Right.
Well, people do that. People go and pray.
No, you go and you talk and you.
You're
praying, really, right?
Right,
yeah,
you're right.
much,
But do you think that you're going to go and spiritually speak to them? Cemeteries are places of rest.
Yeah.
The people, I'm not saying that there aren't things that happen in cemeteries. I'm just saying that whatever is there is not Johnny Walker that's, was buried on May 10th. Right. That's what I mean by that. Like, it's just not, I don't think it's, that person. If it's something that, it's like I said, go to the Indian Mounds.
That could be something else that's lingering around there.
Yeah, that's lingering because that property or that space or something there, and then they become.
I see what you mean.
They become a protector or whatever it is that you think that you encountered. Okay. But I just don't think that just because someone is buried in that space.
I'm on the same page you are now.
Yeah, I don't think that somebody that just is buried in that space is there because they're buried there.
So you think it has more to do with the property?
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, go to the Indian Mounds.
I gotta check.
It's usually
that makes sense.
The place where they had the accident or someone. The place where someone
there's
died.
something that holds them to a space or a place or
they don't want to go.
Yeah,
ready.
Not
they don't
necessarily
feel
even
ready
a house.
To go. Yeah.
It's just
it could be anywhere. An accident. Like people have seen ghosts maybe walking across the street or something because it was a place of an accident or something. Right?
Right, yeah, people do, right, after an accident, traumatizing accident, sometimes you get spirits that just continue to kind of go around in circles in that same place.
I saw something on the Joe Rogan podcast, which was like, he doesn't believe in maybe spirits, but he believes in maybe something.
Residual energy?
An imprint. It was like imprints of us that stay there, some energy or something that stays there, and it just keeps reenacting whatever happened or, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think that there's, just spirits
who was it?
In the cemetery because
Joe Rogan podcast.
Well, no, yeah, Joe Rogan. Who was it that said that famous saying? Everybody's going to kill me for this, whoever's listening, but the famous saying, energy cannot be created or neither created or destroyed. But anyways, I believe that's true. Energy basically keeps going.
Yeah, I know
Thomas Edison? Was it Thomas Edison? No.
It was Jesus.
Jesus. No, I don't think that came from the Bible, dude.
I don't think that was one of the scriptures.
Anyways, but I do believe energy kind of keeps going, and
I think it's more to a space. I don't think that just because someone is buried somewhere that means that that's where they are. It's like a lot of the old Civil War areas or whatever.
Yeah, you hear cannons going off.
Being haunted and all that.
But there's like fields of battle where people see things or hear things.
That's
and
right.
Like that.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
But it's because in that particular
a lot of people died.
Yeah, but none of them people were buried there.
I want to go to Allatoona, battlefield,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna be my next investigation. That's what I have planned out. Alatuna battlefield, man, dude. I walked through it with Alejandro's son.
How many tuna fish died in that battle?
Yeah, jokes.
But dude, when you walk in,
walk through there.
it's like a tunnel.
Yeah.
It's like a tunnel of trees.
Oh, you know about that place?
No, but you walk through something like that and said trauma happened.
Yeah.
Don't, you know.
Yeah.
But, anyways, well, last story, dude. The cemetery thing. I also went with a group of people, investigators, to Roswell. You tired, man?
Oh, go ahead.
In Roswell.
Okay.
In Roswell, we went to an old cemetery, dude. It's like a super old cemetery that's there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Civil War people were buried there. And I went over there, and we were investigating. We had no other place to go investigate, so we just kind of picked that place. And we were investigating, and there was some super old headstones there. And we were getting like spikes on the EMF meter and stuff, and we were talking to there was like a family that was buried there. But anyways, when we were done, we walked out. It was like a small group of people. We walked out of the cemetery, and we looked back, and all of a sudden we see it looked like a shadow. Something kind of kneeled down in front of one of the headstones. It kneeled down in front of the headstones, and it looked like it had a cloak. It looked like it had a cloak over its head, and it looked like it had a book bag. But when it stood up, it wasn't a book bag. It was like just a big mass shadow with a cloak, and it kind of walked. You could kind of see it walking, like floating away a little bit, and then it just disappeared. In Roswell.
I've heard about Roswell though. There's like
What do you think it was?
one of the radio stations.
At first, I thought it was a person. That's how clear it looked, and then it just disappeared, and we all looked at each other. We're like, "What the?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?" So.
Yeah, I've heard one of the radio stations in Atlanta talks about Roswell.
Film that.
I didn't film it, dude. It was.
Yeah, it's just sometimes things are so shocking, or you just. Yeah, at the moment you're just like, wow, you think there's actually somebody there, and then all of a sudden that happens.
Yeah, they've talked about Roswell though. I've heard people talk about Roswell. Roswell's like one of those historical southern places, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down south, you know, we got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of history, rich history, a lot of haunted locations and stuff like that. That's why, shoot, when I moved here, a lot of places I want to check out here. But
yeah, I don't.
What happened, dude? Why are you laughing?
I don't need to go visit and take anything home
George,
with me.
what happened, dude? Oh. Well, that's true too. But anyways, guys, I think we're getting kind of tired. If you guys can tell, the podcast is kind of winding down. It's almost 3 a.m, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we're out.